Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Brady now on first down.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Brady now on first down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. David Onyemata gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 27. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First carry for a Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Oswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now Jackson on first down.
Completes this out left to Ruggs.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Jackson on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which his offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Team has scored 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Throwing is Brady on third down.
He'll get that one to Taylor, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Brady.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On play action, now Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run with Nwangu.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been. The holes have been large, and they've been barrel.
Here's Jackson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Over the middle, that's caught by... And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. First half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going deep for... And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
And he will find his man Ruggs.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action with Jackson. On the move to his left. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferguson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. On the give is Nwangu. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Jackson. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. Now it's Jackson.
They'll get that complete to Alberto. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And here he'll get it down to the 7. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Nwangu, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Dancing to his left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Buccaneers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Again, it's Taylor.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Over the middle, complete. It's Harris.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
On first down, Taylor, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Right back to Juszczyk again. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kyle Juszczyk, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Another run now for Nwangu. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people will call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 38, Jackson escaping the pressure right.
That's complete. Akuebuna.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Nwangu.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 8 coming up.
To throw is Jackson.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Miami. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Now again to the big fullback Juszczyk. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Extra point now by Boswell. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Jackson.
Rolling to his right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Jackson to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw, Brady. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now Brady. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And some space here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past,
so we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime, obviously. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. They will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Dolphins, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.